I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, let the record show that Ms. McAdams is not here tonight, but the rest of the board is present. And I will entertain a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Kinnear?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. On the consent agenda, all of the following items, those items of a routine nature normally approved at board meetings, will be approved by one vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of the items. The consent agenda consists of the discussion, consideration, and action on the following items A through WW, with the exception of item number E, which has been withdrawn.
And need to make an adjustment on FF as well.
Well, item FF with adjustment as noted. What did, there's, why don't I say that? Oh, and item K.
Move for approval.
Second.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Kinnear?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Okay. All right, under information reports, do we have a representative from USPA here tonight?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. Dr. Hartzler, thank you for this time. The USPA has, since May, had roughly a 15% increase in membership. We are eager to see our comrades over at the kickoff tomorrow, and we look we look up and forward to serving the students and the teachers this school year. That is all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, a representative from UCTA?
Dr. Hartzler, members of the board. First, I want to thank Dr. Williams for listening to us and helping to change how we receive our summer paychecks. I've already heard from several teachers who said that being paid throughout the summer along with our stipend, thank you, board, just relieved a lot of stress and helped getting ready to come back to school. So we appreciate that you listened to us. UCTA recently had the privilege of providing lunch at the new teacher induction, and it was a great success, so thank you for that opportunity as well. And we're looking forward to a great school year.
Thank you, Ms. Gunter. All right, under hearings and correspondence, under communications, any comments from the audience regarding the agenda? No. Okay, then we will move on to the business agenda. Under instruction, item number 1, consider and take action on application for deregulation regarding elementary, middle, and secondary media library services, and a request for a library media specialist waiver for Cedar Ridge Elementary.
Yes, good evening, Mrs. Romerman, Dr. Hartzler, members of the board. I recommend the Board of Education consider and approve the applications for deregulation regarding elementary, middle, and secondary media library services, and a request for a library media specialist waiver for Cedar Ridge Elementary. This is something that we have done, both the deregulation and waiver, since 2010. We used to have to do this on a yearly basis, but 3 years ago, the State Department changed, and we have to now renew this every 3 years. So with the deregulation, the schools are changing the standard of library services for the size of the school. And what that means for elementary schools, schools that are over 500 in enrollment would need to hire a media specialist and a part-time aide. And on the elementary level, We actually have Darnaby, Grove, Jarman, Jefferson, McAuliffe, Moore, and Rosa Parks that are over the 500. The other schools will meet the standards for the media specialist in aid. At the middle school and the secondary level, which is high school, you would have to hire 2 media specialists if the enrollment is over 1,500. And so with our deregulation, this allows us to hire additional teachers with the savings, and it also allows us to use the savings to provide additional electives on the secondary level. We have a one-to-one initiative since 2020, fully implemented, and this allows our students to have immediate access to books. Also, our Destiny library management system allows for a better calculation of books as with the check-in and check-out. Now, that is our dereg for the elementary, middle school, and high school. The waiver allows us to hire a teacher, a certified teacher, who commits to going back to school and receiving their certification as a library media specialist. And this year, we only have Cedar Ridge Elementary that is hiring a certified teacher that does not have their certification as a library media specialist, but is currently enrolled. She has completed 6 hours of classes this past summer and will soon receive her library media specialist certification. We've done this also in the past. You might recall we used to call these digital literacy specialists. The State Department does realize that there is a need for library media specialists and has allowed for this waiver. Any questions?
So just remind me, and I did recall that we've done this before,
Yes.
but it did seem like it was a while back. How are we covering those services then?
So actually, on the secondary level, we have students that will serve as aides in the library. Teachers go with the students if they take their class with them. And with their laptops, they have immediate access to what we have in circulation in our libraries. So we've been able to successfully do this since 2010 and have not decreased in the services we've provided to the students.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Kinnear?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Item number 2, consider and take action on the expenditure of up to $1,473,613.78 from the general funds to purchase textbooks, supplemental curriculum, and software for the 23-24 school year.
Yes, this is our textbook allocation from the State Department and carryover from last year. So our allocation this year is $936,165.38. Our carryover was $537,448.40, of which we have already completed submitted some purchase orders to purchase some items. This next school year, we are adopting math, and it will be a little bit expensive. This is pre-K through 12.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Mr. Kinnear?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
Item number 3, consider and take action on the 24-month renewal of the software license agreement for Canvas Learning Management Systems, Mastery Connect Software, and Item Bank with Instructure in the amount of $409,908 from bond funds. Mr. Morris?
Good evening. Canvas is our learning management system that I know our secondary students just adore and love because it provides them all their assignments and allows the teachers to give them feedback. We use this 6 through 12. We have some elementary students that are using it in 5th grade in some isolated classrooms. We also use Canvas for professional development. We house a lot of our information that teachers can go and collect and look at that they need for their classrooms. Mastery Connect, which is also an Instructure product, is our testing software that provides our yearly and quarterly CRT testing, grades K through or whatever we start that testing, but it's K through 12 is where it's available.
For the record, my college kids lamented the loss of Canvas when they went to college.
They went to a college
They-
that didn't have Canvas? Wow.
They had something else.
Oh.
Sorry. So they do like it.
Yeah, move for approval.
Second.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Kinnear?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well.
All right, thank you.
Item number 4, consider and take action on a contract with the Oklahoma Department of Career and Technology Education for secondary career and technology education programs for the 23-24 school year in the amount of $107,600 from the ODCTE allocations.
Good evening, Dr. Hartzler, Ms. Romerman, and members of the board. Tonight, we are requesting your approval of the agreement with the Oklahoma Department of Career Tech. With the addition of 2 new programs, we now have 8 teachers with approved business and STEM programs who are provided with a funding allocation through the Oklahoma State Department of Career Tech. And they are able to utilize this funding for their individual programs for expenses such as equipment, professional development, technology, curriculum, etc. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Move
Yeah.
for approval.
Yeah, my only question is, the amount seems small relative to how many people we are able to do. Are these part-time?
So these are teachers who have programs, but they're given a certain amount, like a stipend amount to use
Very
for
good.
their
Got
funding
it.
for their programs.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think it's about 9,000-ish, somewhere in there,
Okay,
plus their
very
stipend.
good.
Plus their
Thank you.
stipend.
Mr. McNeil made a motion.
Second.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Kinnear?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Item number 6, consider and take action on the recommended updated safe return and continuity of services plan for the 2023 Did I skip one? Item number 5.
okay. I mean, I
Consider and
can-
take
I can go.
action. Listen, I got called in to pinch hit tonight.
You're doing great.
Okay, thanks. Item number 5, consider and take action on the memoranda of understanding with Tulsa Community College for concurrent education programs that TTC offers union high school students in the amount of $176,125 from general funds.
So this evening, we are also requesting your approval for the agreements with our partner, Tulsa Community College. These agreements allow us to partner with TCC to offer dual credit programs for our union high school students. Students, in addition to the traditional dual credit opportunities, have the opportunity to participate in 2 transition classes, the first one being a math transition class, where they do a prep class in the fall, and then they take an online Math 1513 class in the spring that is facilitated by a union high school math teacher. And this year, we are excited to offer the same program, but with Composition 1. So students will be taking a prep class in the fall, and then they will take Composition 1 online, which will be facilitated by a union high school English teacher. So we're excited about the addition of this program. And then we also are still continuing to serve our EDGE Earn a Degree graduate early students. Our 7th EDGE cohort completed their orientation just about a week and a half ago. We have approximately 130 10th, 11th, and 12th grade students who started their TCC coursework today as part of the EDGE program, in addition to our dual credit students. And we're really excited to announce that we have 29 students that graduated in May of 2023 with their associate degree, bringing our total to 75 associate degrees so far. So, I'd be happy to answer questions about that as well.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Mr. Kinnear?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
Item number 6, consider and take action on the recommended updated safe return and continuity of services plan for the 23-24 school year.
Yes, you all have been given the changes to the safe return to school plan that's required for us to submit for your approval. I don't think we made any additions. We did delete a few things that were still creating a little confusion, so I ask for your approval.
Any discussion? No?
Move for approval.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Kinnear?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
All right, under school operations, consider and take action on the purchase of 65 new line interactive panels from Trayfera in the amount of $128,375 from bond funds.
Yes, good evening. This is one of the things we continue projects. We're replacing the old smart boards, the projectors in the ceilings and the boards in the wall. Those things are hard to maintain, expensive, and we can't get parts for them anymore. So this vast majority of these will be installed at 6th, 7th grade and high school. There's a few in here we're install at elementaries. We'll pretty much close out the elementary classrooms. Again, this will be a good start at high school and 6th, 7th. There's still many more to buy that we'll do over the next couple of years of this bond series.
Never seen one. Tell me how they operate.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
Just a
I
big
have seen
TV.
one.
Just a big TV you can touch.
Okay, got it.
Move for approval.
Second,
Mr. Kinnear?
yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
Item number 2, consider and take action on the bid for the high school gym RTU project and award the contract to Forrest Shoemaker Air Conditioning, Inc. in the amount of $267,526 from bond funds.
Yes, President Romerman, Dr. Hartzler, members of the board, good evening. This is going to be a dehumidification project for the high school gymnasium. As you know, it's a two-pipe, it's on the two-pipe chiller system, which is the old part of the air conditioning system for the high school. It's got massive air handlers. It works really good when it's hot out, real hot, and there's kids in the gym, and it works really good when it's cold out. But in the spring and fall, it doesn't work very well. And the air that comes out of those air handlers is so cold that we get a lot of sweating on the duct. And there's a lot of humidity in the gym. And as you know, we put a beautiful wood floor in there, a nice maple wood floor. So this unit will take care of those times when we don't need all that air conditioning and we just need to dehumidify the gymnasium. So we're also going to use this contract. Johnson Controls has to do some control work on the RTU. In the back part of the high school, our building automation system, our HVAC control system for the back part of the high school, we don't have any graphics on it. It's listed in a spreadsheet form, so we're going to upgrade that, all the points, and there's a million of them back there on all these air handlers. We're going to upgrade that so that we have graphics so we can see it and so we can work with it, because in the next 2 or 3 years, we're going through a complete redesign of the high school HVAC system. So we need to be able to see that, and the engineers need to be able to work with it. So that's a part of that project as well. So
It's the first time we've tried to do something like this. Is this the first time we've tried to supplement a dehumidifier with?
it's not the first time. Usually a lot of this is considered an RTU, which has compressors on it, on this unit, so that it'll dehumidify correctly. We do it at the 8th grade gym, and we did something different at the 9th grade gym. So we used a resistance heating unit. So this will be much more efficient. So I guess it's kind of the first time, but there's not a cheaper solution, because those air handlers back there are huge.
Right.
And to replace them and do all that work, it'd probably cost $1 million
Yeah.
to get those air handlers out of there.
So this is additive to the existing units, or does it replace?
It's additive to it. It'll be ducted right into them, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Move for approval.
Second.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Kinnear?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Consider and take action on future purchases using the current job order contract previously approved with 357 Inc., DBA Reco Construction, in the amount of $250,000 from various funds.
Yes, ma'am. So the first time we came to you guys for approval on this, this is the job order contract. And when we came to you guys for approval, we thought we would only need it for about $100,000 worth of work. And It's worked out very well for us. We've actually done several jobs with it, and we're coming back to you because we have more work planned to put on the job order contract with RICO, and we got about 18 months before the contract expires, so we want to be able to do those projects. Some of the projects we've done that were just very lucrative and beneficial for us were, we replaced all the plumbing roof drains at Anderson. There were some, not all of them, but we replaced 2 or 3 that were leaking very badly. We had to tear into the soffits over on the outside of the building. There was no way to get to them. So we did that. We replaced door jams at Darnaby in the small restrooms that had had some really heavy corrosion at the bottom. Looked terrible. So we replaced those door jams, did that over the summer. At the 8th grade, we put in new storefront in the front of the building. Freshman Academy, we had a flood. We lost a 3/8, was it a sink line that came off over the weekend, flooded Alted? I think it was Alted, wasn't it? Yeah, and so we had damage, so they came in and put new drywall up and new base, and we did that. One of the most pivotal things that I thought was impressive was the handrail at the UCA on the grand stairs was loose, and they came in and refitted that with some steel workers. So it's been a very handy, good contract for us to use. And we just wanted to come back and say, hey, we're going to probably exceed that limit. We have plans to replace the steel plumbing in the operations building. They have still watered steel plumbing lines, and it's corroding, so when you turn the water on, you get brown water. So there's some other projects that we're going to do. They're not very glamorous projects, but they're necessary. So.
I noticed the handrail was fixed, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was a nice job. They did a nice job. They actually found the guy that put them in the first time. So it saves us a lot of time between Josh and I. We don't have to, it's hard to chase contractors for a $5,000 or $6,000 job. It's just hard to find them, and you spend a lot of time, and sometimes you do all the paperwork to put a bid out there to do the job, and they don't even show up. So there's just not enough. You know, they want the bigger stuff, so this helps us with that, so.
Move for approval?
Second.
Mr. Kinnear,
Yes.
Dr. McNeil,
Yes.
Mr. Reyes.
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, under finance, consider and take action on a temporary waiver in purchasing, policy 3010, to allow the purchase of fleet vehicles without competitive bidding and prior purchase order approval by the board for the 23-24 fiscal year.
Good evening. Mr. Young could not be here tonight, but President Romerman, members of the board, Dr. Hartzler, he is requesting a bidding waiver on the purchase of district-wide fleet vehicles for the 23-24 school year, as well as waiving competitive bidding and the prior purchase order approval. What he has found is in a year when we are purchasing trucks for our warehouse, vehicles for maintenance, we are still having severe supply chain issues with vehicles. As it turns out, as soon as we learn about one, they're selling so quickly. So he is asking for this temporary waiver. Oftentimes in the past, we've purchased these vehicles off the Oklahoma State contract, which provides good value for the district. But what we have seen really ever since the pandemic started is that local dealers simply are not receiving an allocation of the vehicles on the state contract purchase prices. So it's just been a very tough problem for us, and I think we all know that David is committed to stretching the dollars of the district as far as they can go, but this has just simply been a severe problem that we've had recurring issues with.
I fully support it, understand the issue. Just to be clear, we're just waiving a board policy. There isn't any state policy or anything like that.
That's correct.
Okay. And so the follow-on, is this something that we need to consider at some point, just amending the policy?
You know, I think that's something as we move into September and start reviewing our board policies, we may discuss and take through the cabinet process, but, hopefully this will improve. But this has just been an ongoing, over the last 3 years, a real problem for us.
The challenge for Mr. Young, and I've spoken with him about this, or we've talked about this, is that he'll send out these requests for bids, and we provide him with the specs that we need, and in some cases, he's not even getting anything back from the dealers.
Right.
Because there's just no inventory, and they don't need to be worrying about selling vehicles, because as soon as they get one on the lot, they're gone if it's on the state bid list, but even if it's not, and we're trying to procure something off of the list, it's very difficult.
So how is he managing that? Just on one-off opportunities as opposed to bulk?
What,
or-
I mean, David is extremely efficient.
He is very persistent
He
with
is,
vendors.
yeah.
When he does find a vehicle, but again, what we're finding is they're just not holding them for us.
Yeah. This hopefully will expedite the process, whereas before there were a few more steps that we had to go through, so. I can tell you that when Mr. Young, we all know that he is, this is his forte. When he makes this recommendation to us, we take this very seriously. So.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Kinnear?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
All right, do we have any new business? Any opportunities for comments from the audience or board members? Yep. All right.
Can I say something?
Well, sure.
Okay, well, we're excited to welcome back our over 15,000 is what I've heard, students that are enrolled come Wednesday. We are ready. Ready or not, here they come, but we are ready. Also looking forward to tomorrow's kickoff, where we will greet our almost 2,000 employees and take the time to reflect and to celebrate and to focus on some great things and initiatives that are happening this year. So our journey continues. That is our theme. So it's going to be a great year.
Exciting. All right, we have need a motion and vote pursuant to Oklahoma statute Title 25, Section 307B1, to go into executive session to discuss the appointment and contract for a deputy superintendent.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Kinnear?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. We are in executive session.